Has there truly ever been a time that it hasn't worked out? My name is Jennifer DeVoe, self-love specialist, life coach, hypnotherapist, host of Tune Into You meditation podcast. And that's what I want to do this morning, or whatever time it is for you. I'd like to tune in. And so today I want to share a meditation for loneliness. And I want to start this with a story. And there are many different reasons and many different circumstances and many different things that can cause us to feel a sense of loneliness. But I want to tell a little bit about my story. So for most of my life, I've struggled with putting all my eggs in someone else's basket, really kind of outsourcing my self-worth into whatever relationship I was in, especially when I was younger. If I was in a relationship with someone, how happy, how fulfilled, how confident I felt depended on how needed and wanted I felt by that other person. And essentially what that does is it's a roller coaster to be on, this kind of codependency where my self-worth, my sense of happiness or fulfillment is up to this other person, whether I feel like they need me, they want me, I'm good enough to them, I can please them enough, I can be what they want me to be. And that's just a really unhealthy place to live in. And my journey of overcoming that and really stepping into really my own has also been a journey of dealing with loneliness. Because there are those times, those moments in the relationship, even now, especially when I can see it now, I have the awareness now that it's happening, where when I've put too many of my eggs in that person's basket, I'll notice myself feeling kind of empty inside and sad, and there's this needing, there's this wanting of some validation, some comfort, some attention, right? Seeking of something. And of course, where I want that from is I want this from this person. And so what I've learned to do is to notice when I'm feeling those feelings, notice that I've outsourced my self-worth again, and come back to myself and ask myself, how can I make my life more full, more rounded, more full of the things that I actually am passionate about, full of the things that bring me pleasure, that bring me joy. And one of the things that brings me a lot of pleasure and joy in my life is romance. And I'm not just talking about romance between myself and my partner. I'm talking about the romance of life. Just the luxurious, romantic kind of way that life can sweep you off your feet when you hike up a mountain and watch the sunrise over the cliffs, right? There's something romantic about that moment, whether you're alone or just with yourself. And finding ways to romance myself and to allow my life to be that juicy, that joyful, that pleasurable, regardless of who else is or is not in it in these 10 seconds, in this moment. That is what has allowed me to overcome these feelings of emptiness and loneliness and really become whole as a whole person, and connecting to that inner child, right? That little me inside that just wants to play, that just wants to be loved, that just wants to be accepted, to engage with her and bring her into my life in a way where my fulfillment, my sense of happiness and peace are not dependent on anyone else. And at the same time, I can still choose to reach out and build deep, intimate relationships. And have that validation, get that attention from others that we deserve, that we need, and have it come from a place of, I'm worthy of this, rather than, avoiding intimacy with others because I don't want to be a burden, right? If I'm not feeling good, I'm feeling low, I'm feeling needy, right? I don't want to call anyone because I don't want to burden them, I don't want to put my emotions on them, and that kills relationships faster than anything else. And we need each other. We need relationships. We know that the people who are the healthiest and live the longest are the ones who have the strongest relationships. And so let's come back to ourselves and allow ourselves to feel worthy of that connection so that we can build those deep, intimate relationships, so that we're not dealing with loneliness, sadness, feelings of emptiness. And I've been there. I've so been there. For so long, I struggled with this. And so today I want to share a little guided meditation for stepping out of loneliness and back into your wonderfully amazing, enjoyable life. And loneliness is sometimes like, have you ever had that experience when you were a kid where you were bored to death and you just felt so bored and nothing sounded good? And you go to your parents and you're like, I'm so bored, what can I do? And they're like, oh, well, you could do the laundry, or you could read a book, or you could blah, blah, blah. And they list off all these things, and every single thing just sounds like, ugh. Like none of those sound appealing. And it's just, it's that boredom, that kid boredom that happens. Well, loneliness in my experience is a lot like that. So if you'd like to join me in this little guided meditation to relieve that loneliness, that sense of emptiness, just get comfortable. You can sit down, you can lie down, you can lie back, whatever. Just get nice and cozy, comfortable. Maybe roll your shoulders a little bit, just loosening up. Take this moment just for you, just to come into your body, come into your space. Take a couple deep breaths, breathing in and letting it go. Breathing in deeply now. And letting it go. Feel yourself settle in, noticing that sense of gravity. How you're held and supported effortlessly. By the surface beneath you. Another deep breath in. And let it all the way out. Letting your muscles rest. Starting to notice a sense of calm. Maybe just a little. Just that tiniest bit of calm beginning. Maybe you'll notice it in your fingertips or your toes. Just that sense of calm. Starting to drift through your body and into your eyelids. Just feeling so calm. You might just be ready to close your eyes for a few moments. Let's take one more deep breath together, breathing in and letting it go. With your eyes closed, you can begin to imagine just walking down a hallway. Noticing the rhythm of your steps. Noticing the colors of the walls. And there are doors on either side of the hallway. What kind of doors do you see or sense? What are they made of? Are they large and decorative? Or slim and simple? Or many different ways? And as you walk down this hallway, up ahead, just in front of you, is the biggest, most beautiful door of them all. And the color of this door is one that your subconscious mind knows is very relaxing for you. And as you step up to this door and place your hand on the handle, maybe feeling the coolness of it, You know on the other side of this door is that little child. On the other side of this door is that part of you that just wants love and attention. And go ahead and open the door and you step into a beautiful garden with flowers of every type, trees and bushes. Maybe there's a pond or a little stream. Notice the colors, the shapes, the sounds, the smells. And a little ways away, you notice there's a little child just playing in the grass. They're so joyful, so imaginative, so small, so innocent, so beautiful, so brilliant in their creativity and their unapologetic expression. They just want to play and create and grow and test, explore. And as you notice this child in the garden, I'd like you to notice how lovable they truly are. What amazing creativity they have. Notice how eager they are to create themselves, to discover themselves, to be themselves. And before your mind may flash all the things that you've been passionate about in your life, in your childhood, all the way up until now. Was it cards? Was it archery? Was it storytelling? Was it ballet? What were all those little things that you were passionate about? Maybe it was just catching frogs. That was mine. And I'd like you to go up to this little child, and they reach up to you. They're so happy to see you, so happy to have your attention in this moment. And I want you to ask for their forgiveness. Go ahead and ask this little child to forgive you now, to forgive you for all the parts of you you've hidden, you've cut off, abandoned, neglected, left behind. Maybe for the sake of fitting in, the sake of surviving. And I'd like you to really ask yourself now, as you hold this little child in your arms, has there truly ever been a time that it hasn't worked out? You're here now. And that gives me a hint that perhaps things have continued to work out, regardless of how you may have felt in the moment. And I want that recognition, that realization to be the permission to let some of those parts of you come back to life, to join you now, just calling them in. And see all of those parts of you, all of those passions, that creativity, that joy, that adventure, just pouring back into your heart, calling it back in. From every direction, see it flying in, pulling it into your heart like beautiful, brilliant golden light, pouring into your heart, into your chest, filling your body. And grab this little child and just pull her or him all the way in, into your heart now. And let them know, say, I've got this. I've got you. I'm here. And you may notice today or tomorrow, in a few days, little ideas of how you can enjoy your life more. Just pop into your mind, just when you least expect it, or maybe exactly when you expect it. These ideas will just pop into your mind. Different ways that you can enjoy, create, explore more now than perhaps ever before. Maybe there's a hobby that's been calling you. Maybe there's a relationship that you want to take deeper by showing up vulnerably, by letting yourself be seen and received by someone else who's longing for connection, same as you. And as you slowly find your way back through the garden to the door, back down the hallway, knowing that you can feel joy, fulfillment, romance, pleasure, anything you desire. It's just a choice away. And you step back into your body, into the room, into this moment, the space around you. Let's take another deep breath in. And let it out with a sigh. You can open your eyes. And I love you guys so much love, respect, honor, appreciation to you for taking this time to tune in with you, to come home to yourself for these few moments. Namaste.